So they are adding something super cool to World of Warcraft: The War Within. This is the introduction of hero talents. My girlfriend just showed me this today, and I just think it's like the coolest like addition ever. So pretty much, I'm gonna read through it. Let's just read through it. What are hero talents? Hero talents are an extension of the talent system designed to explore class fantasy. Many hero talents are inspired from characters within the Warcraft universe, which is super dope. So like for rogue or like something, or like hunter, like it, the hero talent might be based around like Sylvanas or something, just like just a pre-existing character within the universe they're kind of basing these talents off of. Or maybe they're like based off of a particular theme like that exists in the Warcraft universe, and fantasies that players resonate with. Hero talents are a third talent tree separate from your class and specialization. Unlike regular talents, you will earn all 10 hero talent points on your way to level 80, allowing you to unlock all the hero talents, similarly to Legion artifact weapons. Yeah, I'm kind of far removed, to be honest, from retail, but this makes me really want to play it again. Like, I didn't play Legion or anything as well, but just the implementation of this whole hero talent tree thing just sounds super dope, and a cool way to like personalize and customize your character even further, you know. This way, like, we could have different types of rogues, different types of shamans, different types of warlock, instead of just the main 3 or 4 talent trees that there usually are, you know. Hero talent details. Hero talents are designed to more deeply explore class fantasy. Hero talents are completely flexible, so you could kind of pick and choose the talents within that hero tree talent. So that's kind of cool. It just adds so much more diversity within the game, which I think is like will be really healthy for it. They can be changed in the same way as regular talents. Hero talents are, so we're gonna have like variations of hero talents, and we're gonna have variations of variations, you know what I mean, like of people picking and choosing what they want to focus on in that particular hero talent. Hero talents are spent with standard talent points gained from leveling up, just like normal. Hero talents will still offer choices in the form of choice nodes, which appear in the standard talent tree, okay, just like normal. Each specialization will have the choice between 2 hero talent trees, each being shared with one other spec. So yeah, it's just kind of a combination of 2 different specs, but they give each one like a super cool name, which we'll go through after I'm done. But there are 39 hero talent trees, the same number as there are specializations. Each spec has access to hero talent trees, each shared with another spec in the class. Hero talent trees are generally designed around a certain, dang it, I feel a sneeze coming on, certain few spells that fit a theme and empowering them. I'm not going to go super in depth and like go through each individual talent. I just kind of wanted to react and give my opinion on like just, you know, the main idea of each hero talent tree, you know. This is just my very surface level introduction to them, if you will. Here's the revealed hero talent trees, and they are subject to change, so this might not be how they are when the War Within actually comes out. But here's the Death Knight hero talent trees. Deathbringer. Deathbringer tree is a combination of Blood and Frost Death Knights. So, you know, maybe they'll be a little bit more tanky, still probably be able to do decent damage. Yeah, like DK tanks tend to smack, you know, even though they're technically a tank, but they have always done pretty good damage. So yeah, we're not going to go super in depth here, but the next one is a combination of Frost and Unholy Death Knights, Rider of the Apocalypse, and that sounds super badass. I typically liked Frost in Wrath of the Lich King, but yeah, that one sounds pretty cool. Okay, yeah, that's a good distinction that I should add. Like, your role is still going to be your role. Like if you're for example like a holy priest or a disc priest, your role is still going to be healing. It's just changing kind of the flavor of how you do it, kind of like the overall theme, and just it's executed in a different way. So yeah, that's an important detail to put in. So if you're DPS, you're still going to be, you know, mowing mobs down, doing a bunch of damage. Just the way in which you do it will be slightly different. So The third hero talent for DK, Sand Lane. That sounds kind of cool. I don't know where that name comes from, but you know, they getting a little creative over there at Blizzard. The Sandland trees, that's a mix of Unholy and Blood Death Knight. So I don't know, guys. That sounds super cool. Like, I think Rider of the Apocalypse sounds cool. You'd probably be doing a lot of damage with being a mix of Frost and Unholy Death Knights. Like, that sounds absolutely bonkers. But I don't know. Which one would you guys pick? Seems like you're able to do some healing too with the blood part of the Deathbringer hero talent tree. I don't know, Unholy and Blood would be cool too. Like, you probably can summon like your ghouls and stuff too to help out, like tanking. I don't know, but this is like an awesome idea that makes me super excited for the War Within. Alright, so next we have the Demon Hunter hero talent trees. I think there's only, I made a Demon Hunter for a brief amount of time. I'm pretty sure there's only Havoc and Vengeance, but you have two different hero trees here, Felscard and Aldrachi Reaver. So yeah, I don't know how they'll differentiate the two, since it's like a mix of both of them are a mix of Havoc and Vengeance. So, but you know, I'm sure they'll be different in their own special ways. Yeah, I haven't really played Demon Hunter very much to really understand like what that will look like, but I'm sure that it'll be done pretty well. Okay, Druid, you have 4 different hero talents with Druid. You have Druid of the Claw, Elune's Chosen, Keeper of the Grove, and Wildstalker. So Druid of the Claw is a mix between Feral and Guardian. That sounds crazy. Just like your different forms going ham. Like, I'm pretty sure Guardian is the tank form, so maybe it'll just be like tank form on steroids, like doing hella more damage. Balance in Guardian sounds cool. Restoration and balance. See, I don't know how that will work though. Like mixing a healing spec with like a DPS spec, like because like it'd be kind of weird if you're healing, and then you like cast out like a damage spell, or maybe it just like enhances the effectiveness of your heals or your spell powers or your haste or something. Yeah, I see you still have a lot of your healing abilities, but you also have Trents, I guess, Trents of the Moon. So I'm not sure what this will look like exactly, but I'm sure they're gonna pull it off with elegance. Wildstalker, and that is a mix of Feral and Restoration. Again, I don't really know what that will look like. You're just summoning, like, or no, like, I don't know what that will look like. You're just like healing in cat form, or I don't know. We'll have to see, guys. But all right, moving on to the Evoker. I've never made an Evoker in my life. I know they could be healers and DPS. I don't think they could tank. But you have Chrono Warden, Flame Shaper, and Scale Commander. Scale Commander, mix of Augmentation and Devastation. Flame Shaper, a mix of Devastation and Preservation. And finally, Chrono Warden, which I think is the coolest sounding one, a mixture of Preservation and Augmentation. So there you go with that. Hunter, the Hunter ones sound really cool in my opinion. You have Dark Ranger, Pack Leader, and Sentinel. Sentinel being a mix of Marksmanship and Survival. Pack Leader, Beast Mastery and Survival, and Dark Ranger is a mix of, which is probably what I would pick. That just sounds super cool. Having an enhanced like pet as well as strong like bow like skills and stuff, and like strong damage using your bow and ranged attacks. So that sounds really powerful in my opinion. But honestly, all of these are probably going to be good. Survival, you probably have more escape options, more damage resistant options, more defense and stuff like that. And yeah, marksmanship mixed with survival sounds really deadly too. That sounds like it'd be good for PvP, honestly. Just like super good ranged attacks with you know, the escape options of survival and damage mitigating, you know, skills of survival. I know survival in the past has been really good. just overall, mainly for PvP. But moving on to Mage, these sound really cool as well. Frostfire, Spellslinger, and Sunfury. Sunfury, mix of Arcane and Fire. Spellslinger, Arcane and Frost. And Frostfire, of course, it's in the name, Fire and Frost. To me, I would probably choose Fire and Frost. That just sounds really cool. They've had Frostfire like abilities in the past, I'm pretty sure, but that just kind of continues going off of that theme of like the hot and cold, fire and frost abilities. Probably some slows and some burns and stuff. Spellslinger, you have Arcane and Frost. That sounds pretty cool. You know, you got your arcane missiles and stuff, and some AoEs probably, and then yeah, Arcane and Fire. That sounds pretty cool. Probably some AoEs or enhanced AoEs and some fire burn effects too, probably mixed in there. Monk, you have Conduit of the Celestials. That's a mouthful. Master of Harmony and Shadowpan. Ooh, Shadowpan sounds super cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Shadowpan was kind of like a type of people like in Mists of Pandaria. I remember like I think that was like there was like a dungeon or something that has to do with the Shadowpan. So that one sounds really cool. That's a mix of Brewmaster and Windwalker. Master of Harmony, Brewmaster, and Mistweaver. Mistweaver and Windwalker. I haven't played a monk really at all. They've always looked pretty cool. Like the tanks, Brewmaster looked really cool, throwing around their ales and stuff. And then Conduit of Celestials is a mix of Mistweaver and Windwalker monks. So there you have that. This is the one I'm mainly going to be focusing on, Paladin, because that's probably what I'm going to be leveling in the War Within. So yeah, maybe I'll pay extra close attention to this one. I'm probably going to go with Templar, which is a mix of Retribution and Protection, just like a beefy, like super strong, you know, melee damage class, it sounds like. Yeah, it just sounds super cool, just being able, having that survivability of protection, maybe with some shields or something, and like dealing out damage like how Retribution Paladins usually do. Sounds pretty cool. Lightsmith, Holy, and Protection. That sounds broken for tanking. Like, just like, oh my god, Holy Paladins and Protection Paladins. You're taking like one of the best healers and mixing it with one of the best tanks, like throughout WoW history that there's ever been. That sounds pretty crazy. Like, I'm calling it. That's definitely going to be something to look out for. I bet that's going to be one of the best ones, Lightsmith. Like, Holy being so good in Protection Paladins, just, you know, when you make a raid, at least in, like, the classic era, you needed a Protection Paladin and a Holy Paladin if you wanted really to have a successful run. So, I don't really know. I played Protection and Retribution in retail, and that's pretty fun, but yeah, Holy and Protection just sounds like crazy good to me. Herald of the Sun, you have Holy and Retribution. That actually might be something that interests me as well, just like having the healing power of Holy, obviously, with Retribution. Like, that sounds really good for PvP. Okay, moving on to Priest. It's what my girlfriend is thinking of playing in retail. I hear they have to make changes to Oracle. At least that's what I heard in the Maximum video I just watched. It doesn't sound very good right now. So hopefully they they improve the Oracle hero talent tree. That's a mix of Discipline and Holy Priest. Just like uber heals probably, with like some really good damage absorbing shields and stuff. But yeah, as I said, apparently that needs some work still, and we still have some time before, you know, the War Within releases, so they have time to improve Oracle. So, but that doesn't sound like it would be that bad, but I think just with the talents they have now, it just doesn't really make sense fully. So Voidweaver, Discipline, and Shadow, that sounds really freaking fun, honestly, because Discipline, you know, you had your damaging moves, and Shadow, of course, you get that cool shadow form and you have a bunch of dots and stuff, so that actually sounds like it'd be really good as like DPS. Yeah, and you have Penance as Discipline, which I could see being really good paired with Shadow. Maybe it does increased damage or something. I'm too lazy to go through each individual talent, but that would be a really cool idea. And Archon is a mix of Holy and Shadow, so kind of polar opposites, opposite talents colliding there, but a cool concept nonetheless. So, all right, we got a few more left. There's a lot of them here to go through, guys. I think it said there's like 39 total options, so I got a whole bunch of hero talent trees to choose from. Rogue, you got Fatebound and Trickster. Trickster, I'm hearing, needs improvement as well. It's a mix of Outlaw and Subtlety. I did not know how this word was pronounced. It is spelled really weird for how it's pronounced, but Subtlety rogues. Again, Trickster, I think it needs work still. It's kind of like in the same boat as like Oracle. So hopefully they make improvements and that is nice and balanced and good and fair. Fatebound, Assassination, and Outlaw. That sounds pretty freaking awesome. I would have to go with Fatebound right now if I had to choose a hero talent for a rogue. Shaman, my main class, and Wrath of the Lich King right now. Soon to be Cataclysm. But okay, we're not talking about classic right now. We got Farseer and Stormbringer. Stormbringer sounds super cool. So they're kind of emphasizing that like Shaman, Elemental Shaman is like the only class that uses kind of the power of lightning and electricity like that, and I think that's super cool how they're honing in on that. You have Stormbringer, Elemental, and Enhancement. That sounds super cool, bro. Like if I didn't have a fully leveled up paladin, I would definitely probably make a Stormbringer Shaman. That just sounds super badass. Yeah, you probably have enhanced lightning bolt, you know, chain lightning and stuff of that nature. Awakening storms, conductive energy. They're just making your electricity moves like go ham pretty much, which is super cool in my opinion, because that's something unique to DPS Shaman, like using lightning and stuff. Farseer, Elemental, and Restoration, both of the talents that I have dual spec right now in Classic, so they're just combining them, which again, combining heals and damage, so I don't really know exactly how that's gonna look like, but we'll have to see, guys. I'm super curious to see what that'll look like, combining a healing talent with a DPS talent, so we'll have to see. But Stormbringer sounds super cool. Alright, we got Warlock and then Warrior. Warlock, Diabolist, Hellcaller, and Soul Harvester. Affliction and Demonology, Soul Harvester, Hellcaller, Affliction and Destruction, and Diabolist, Demonology and Destruction. I've never really played a lock. If I had to choose one of these, Demonology and Destruction sounds like it'd be pretty good together. So I might go with Diabolist. But yeah, I don't really have that much information to go off of, to be honest. Affliction and Demonology might be pretty interesting. Just like have your dots go ham and eat people alive. Affliction, they all sound cool. Affliction and Destruction sounds really broken too, honestly. So I'm sure you don't really have a bad option. It's just, it gives you the choice, you know? It gives you that customization to go with a more in-depth theme. So that is really cool, guys. Super excited to try this out on my Paladin, which again, I'm probably going to go with Templar or Herald of the Sun. So, and finally for Warrior, we have Colossus and Mountain Thane and Slayer. Arms and Fury, that sounds crazy. Fury and Protection, that sounds really cool. Do you have Titan's Grip and stuff? Imagine you're just like a tank with like two-handed weapons. Or you could have a shield and a two-handed weapon. That would be crazy. Colossus, arms and protection. That sounds interesting too. So super cool change that they're implementing in A War Within. I can't wait to see how it actually plays and looks in the game. But this makes me a lot more excited for The War Within to release. So let me know what you guys think about the hero talent trees. yeah, super cool news that I got today from my girlfriend. So shout out to her for keeping me informed with like the retail stuff that's going on. But yeah, this is awesome. So that's it from me, and let me know what you guys think and what you guys are gonna choose in retail. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another one. Peace out.